got to see Vitality play this map twice in their opening BO1s. 2 close wins, one against Astralis, one against NIP. Showed a lot of strength, but also some weaknesses at times, and ZywOo needs to be a little careful. Oh, nice. Apex comes in to assist. Thought for a second that rifle might have been snatched away, but Apex backs up his teammate, and no issue in that one.
Yeah, it's fine. ZywOo goes down, but he gets a multitude of kills, and the MP9 gets upgraded to an M4, so no real harm done there. Glocks don't really get any purchase. The main win there is at least they didn't feed the MP9. But now the AKs come out for 9 again. Looking pretty good. Only a little bit of utility lacking from lack of any kills or bomb plants, but they'll be okay.
Smoke up early. Nine wants to make an opening move in this round, and ZywOo has been caught off guard. Doesn't happen too often to him, but just didn't expect K to be there so soon. And now look at this instant reaction from Nine. They pressure A ramp, but move back to B quite quickly.
Yeah, they're really good at just making these responsive plays. We'll see how quickly they commit. That smoke comes down in their face, and oh, this HE is going to do a lot. Look at that. Shipping down everybody. That's going to make this MP9 and these M4s a little bit more dangerous. dupree's in a dangerous position though. Has Spinx not that far behind? A boost up from Minio over this smoke. Spinx is sitting there. Oh, Kylar just walks on in. Spinx doesn't spot out anyone behind the one-way. Now he's under pressure. Kylar collects another. Magisk comes on over, has that M4 looking for the fight, and he's able to find one onto K. But meanwhile, Goofy found Apex. Lots of 1-on-4 that presents itself, and oh, he doesn't even want to have anything to do with it.
Oh, maybe if they come sprinting at you and make some mistakes, there's something you can do, but not if they just turtle up. And he's not even ready for the flank. That is an incredible round from Nine. Stopping Vitality from doing what Vitality were doing so effectively in their previous Vertigo games, not allowing ZywOo to get established on ramp. And then that hard clear on the corner. Even though Nine are running into the stack, the flashes are fantastic. They realize that if there's a double setup, dupreeh might be playing close with that weaker weapon. And it felt like Vitality kind of knew what was going on in that round after ZywOo got caught, but just couldn't stop Nine.
I love that entry pathing from Kylar as well. It's just beautiful to behold as he makes his way in. Collects both with ease. Now they group up in towards mid. It is the buyback from Vitality, and it's not too shabby with that one saved M4. They've still got a few in the room, and well, ZywOo's ended up with a deagle, which I feel is a little unfair, but fair enough. You do have some solid riflers on here, and I don't doubt his deagle by any means.
Good old boost. Pretty hard to clear this without having an unfavorable fight against you. There's a big stack on this A side of the map for Vitality. They're going to swing together, try and gather information. Magisk able to double down before traded. And more CTs close by. Apex can recover the rifle. Minio falls back by the flames. It's looking good for Vitality, but dupreeh needs to be careful here. And he's not going to get that fight to go his way.
That's one of the issues with the defense. It's dupreeh, when he's solo here over to B, gives that one up for free and gives him a way back into this. Such a good aggressive stance early to get the advantage, but already it's gone, and Kylar's getting up close. Apex with the MP9, gonna swing on around, jumps straight into his crosshair. Goofy finds ZywOo, and it's just Spinx left. He is on this fast flank, but now he's positioned a little bit known, and he's spotted out by Minio. Fantastic recovery after losing those opening kills.
Seeing everything we would want to see to suggest that Nine are going to be very competitive in this series early on here. I'm mainly just impressed by how individually good some of these Nine players look. The headshots are being delivered really quickly, and that always has to be the fundamental. That always has to be the backbone to competing against any top-tier opponent. And Vitality clearly feeling that on the server right now. They've been forced into an early timeout.
Yeah, I think it's Goofy that's really been impressing me the most, actually, at this RMR, because, you know, I've seen a lot from K and Kylar previously as that kind of rifle duo, and obviously Hades is a well-known name, but Goofy's really been stepping up in a big way here at the RMRs, and that makes him just extra scary when you've got 3 very competent riflers.
That's very cool.
That's very cool.
Very cool indeed. Not cool for Vitality, though, on the full eco. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Kylar's just style of aim as well. It's just so snappy. It's really fun to watch.
I feel like that 2K entry in the first gun round was just absolutely stunning. Watch that one back if you're the entry fragger onto the B side at any time. And it's just the USPs here. There's one PT-50 in the mix, but have my doubts as to whether that gets any action. They've stacked over towards the B site, and Niner done well in clearing this out because, well, K's just walked all the way up into A for free, and he can start looking for some kills with this MAC-10. First delivered is ZywOo, and then the hunting party will continue.
It's actually a scenario where I don't think Vitality get that AWP out into the next round, which is a bit of a shame because we saw ZywOo yesterday doing a hell of a lot of work on the CT side of this map over towards A ramp. Always good around that construction area. And at least Vitality can try and bait these players in. You know that they're going to try and hunt you down for that bonus money.
Yeah, the hunt's actually not going that great, though. Oh, wow, that was some serious air from K, and, well, he does get that second kill, so it ends up being all right, because the AK kills aren't really that valuable, and you're risking a lot there putting the rifles out, but at least the MAC-10 gets a couple, and they don't really suffer any casualties.
Let's see what the investment looks like from Vitality. Yeah, there is no sniper. They're actually missing quite a few nades as well. No kits for them. So we'll see how Vitality approach this round. We were seeing yesterday, they had a couple of rounds very heavily stacked towards A, sometimes peeking heavily into A ramp to try and get all that info and map control. Maybe that's an option for them in this one. It looks like a pretty standard setup to start things off, and Apex is indeed getting involved towards ramp.
Yeah, like many IGLs, he likes to get down there and get aggressive, get the information. Hades sounds out his AWP for the very first time. Look at this position from Spinks. Bit of an off angle here, but the MAC-10's about to come around the corner. That flashbang is good, and his days are numbered. K got up so close, and he is not slowing down. It's Goofy that finds the frag. There's only one back in response, and Goofy's looking for more. Out over the heavens, gets a little overeager, and he does go down.
The bomb got dropped back on mid, so even though Nine get all this access to the bomb site, they're having issues here, but Hades arrives at the right time. And now Magisk is in so much trouble. He's got to feel vulnerable. Oh, somehow turns it round. And there is a flank coming in. ZywOo in the perfect position. Oh, but Kyler turns around onto him and gets the wall bang through the smoke. What a back and forth round, but Nine able to hold on for 4 in a row.
Yeah, they almost threw that round there with that bomb out in the open. I don't know how those kills come back away from the CT. It's so unfortunate. ZywOo looks like he's about to end the round on that flank, but Kyler, on a swivel, turns around and ends up getting both.
What is this? Oy.
What? That is unreasonable.
Apparently the dot crosshair has some benefit to it. Obviously the crosshair that allows you to do that, nothing else.
Purely crosshair. If you use that crosshair, you will be hitting every headshot. That's the Hawker guarantee.
The Hawker guarantee.
Any complaints? Hawker CMs.
Well, no complaints for Nine right now. This is an incredible start for them. Highly competitive rounds. This aggression from Magisk.
He's found another opener. He's been really impressive, actually, as Magisk. He's been finding a lot of impact at the RMRs generally, but in this matchup. And, oh, we might have a chance for another. A rough fight, but low HP MP9 decides to back off after that initial showing, and a late boost coming through from ZywOo. Not going to spot anyone yet, but Hades might present himself, but Hades finds the stop first. Now they can start to make their way forward. Good trade from Spinks, but it's not before Apex falls.
Oh, this rotate from Vitality will be arriving, but it's only Spinks for now. dupreeh is on the flank with that AK. Smoke down, though. That's going to allow Nine to get back to better post-plant positions. And they can watch for that flank of dupreeh. So I don't know how Vitality are going to get in here.
It's got to be dupreeh. K's taking the matter into his own hands, finding that kill into Spinks, and dupreeh hasn't been able to find a way in. In fact, he's just backing off already. K finding another. That's the right answer. It gets away with the AK, but it's another great round from Nine. Gets a little dicey. I mean, that was just the half investment. That initial aggression nets them the opening kill, but always going to be difficult with just the pistols.
Might have spotted that player, but obviously dupreeh wants to focus on the save. Nine on fire. 5 in a row. That's the reaction from Hades to the boost. This is already feeling like really high-level CS between these two teams. You're seeing Vitality try and take initiative, try to just get that stack towards A. Boost spotted for, accounted for. The responses and the plays are just so fast every time. You're seeing that killer instinct from both teams. And no AWP for ZywOo. They rather focus on the utility, maybe to try and contest ramp, but Key's up early.
Yeah, Kay's always looking for these fights, and well, Kylar's the one that gets the opener. ZywOo gets one back though. Kay not able to find anything there. Has support though. Smoke gonna be keeping them at bay for now, but Minio is just on the other side of this. He's managed to extract himself. Hades with the AWP, honing on in, looking for a fight, but not gonna find anything just yet.
Oh, Nine have been doing this pretty often. They've been trying to sell this presence on ramp and going back, but this time Magisk gets all the info needed. Surely Vitality will start to rotate players back to mid, back to B, but will they get here in time?
Made a bit of noise there through elevator. I wonder if that's been heard by these T players. Oh, look at this push. This could undo everything. Minio's walking up the stairs, and he's the only one there. The main hit is coming mid, so they could still go anyway. ZywOo peeks on out, finds the kill. Able to get away, actually, with barely a bit of damage. But Minio's just walked onto the side, finds both. ZywOo desperately swings out to get something, but it's all onto Magisk, and he's found one. Minio falls, but now they know exactly where he is, and the T's scramble.
Time to get over to A. No need to fight this man. Oh, Magisk has to go through the flames, takes a bit of damage in the process. Bomb planted. Kyler able to move off the site. Magisk just has so much to clear. He doesn't think he can do this.
With half HP, can't blame it. Kylar's low, but Hades with the AWP would have been very difficult to deal with. And that's a bit of an unfortunate one for Vitality because they had all the information, right? They managed to get that deep push in towards ramp. It was a 4v4, but just couldn't position themselves. Minio just walks into B and finds everybody.
Yeah, that's one that feels more like it is just Nine out-aiming their opponents more than anything. Really high-level Counter-Strike being played here by Nine. I think if anyone had any doubts as to whether this team was legit, I'm already definitely getting proven wrong at this event. I think they're proving themselves to an incredible level here. It's just when you watch them play, it's not like they're just completely out-aiming or completely just one-dimensional as a team. They look very thorough as a squad. Everything looks well coordinated.
Yeah, I think their win over Fnatic at the Blast Premier Spring Showdown kind of put them on people's radars within the Tier 1 space, but if they weren't already, they should be high on your list of teams to keep an eye on. One of the best teams we've had from Poland in some time. And they want to take that Polish power to Paris.
Well, can Vitality start to turn this around? They won the pistol. They won the follow-up. They haven't won a round since. Still haven't seen that AWP out for ZywOo. He's definitely a capable rifler.
They're just not letting him get his hands on it. This economy just hasn't supported it. They're saving one player at a time most of the time.
Steps up by Magisk. I think Vitality will be ready if they need to fight here on ramp.
Oh, Apex is under so much pressure, caught on fire. Actually allowed to get away from that. Surprising, and that's a little bit of damage done back, but has to be careful. That's a dangerous game to be playing with such little health points. Kyler again wants to put dupreeh under pressure. dupreeh's yet to find the kill, and he's been a bit of a punish point for them. Saw Minio just walk in and find him last time. We'll see what dupreeh can offer this time around. Has Spinx closed in mid. dupreeh falls. We've seen how quick 9 are to capitalize.
Yeah, at least dupreeh has a smoke, which should allow him to buy some time if he is pressured. They've boosted up with that flash. There's a player up close. Elsewhere, Hades gets a pick on the other side of the map. They're flashing Kyler in. It looked like a team flash, though. dupreeh able to get his first kill on the board. And now maybe 9 second guessing this. Maybe they come back to A.
Yeah, I don't mind this, though. You put a lot of pressure over on B, and yeah, K finds the opening. Apex goes down, caught out in the open. But ZywOo is still here, and you still have to deal with him. Tucked into his favorite position, 3 Ts coming up the ramp. He's not going to face him quite yet. The rotation's coming on over. Spinx is also on a flank. dupreeh just swings on up, but Cave silences him. Now it's ZywOo, and he has to be the man to do it. K swings on through, ZywOo drops him, and the time is not in the favor of Nine, but they find ZywOo, and this flank from Spinx, that's all they have left.
He's arriving, but not in time. Dink lands, Hades lands back. And it seemed like Hades was making some noise there, getting hyped up for his team, because they are outplaying Vitality in every single round right now. Apex getting caught off guard. We've seen this from Apex sometimes. He's not always 100% ready for where his opponents are. And ZywOo, well, his teammates go down. Yeah, you heard. I think you heard Apex, not realizing they were already on site.
Yeah. Which I think speaks volumes to how Nine are calling this. And I mean, this is a team that's lost one Vertigo game in their last 14 they've played.
So good on this map. Win rate is so high for them.
It's absurd for the quantity of games, right? I know both teams have a very similar win percentage in the last 3 months, but Nine have played 3 times the maps, and well, Hades, he's taken down Apex again. Now, this is just the pistols this round. And that's kind of scary, because Nine, when they do win it, which they, by all means, should be in the position to do so, they'll have already won out this half. And we saw how much Vitality struggled on that T-side, Hawker.
Yeah, this is incredibly impressive from Nine. Spinx, nothing doing for him there. Stuck in the molly, spammed down. And with Key in such a strong position, makes it very easy for Nine to come back to this A-bomb site. The composure on Nine right now looks incredible. Hades with a good shot onto ZywOo. I mean, if you were just tuning into your first Counter-Strike game, you'd think Nine are the seasoned team.
Well, they're seasoned in the sense that they play a lot of officials, so I guess that does sort of work out. But indeed, Vitality, the team that has had all of that time in the Tier 1 space, and, well, it's not looking so great for them so far at the start of Vertigo. It's still early on in this best of 3. Minio's going to think better of that one, but Kyla might get on the hunt now. If he gets his AK out in time, and indeed he does. Deny this save from Dupree. Maybe not. Dupree gets to hold on to his M4 to live to fight another day.
What has to change for Vitality? 8 rounds lost in a row. I'm still waiting for that ZywOo AWP. There's a bit of extra money this time.
It needs to come out. It feels like that's the difference. I mean, I know it's a lot to put on the shoulders of one man, but if you're ever going to do it, it's ZywOo.
Probably not a smoke kill from Hades on that first one. I don't think I saw anything on the replay. Third time out.
That's so many so early.
I mean, they kind of have to because of how this game is going right now. But it's still incredible that that's had to come out. Concerning signs for Vitality. In the previous game, they were getting a lot of that ramp control, a lot of info there. Hasn't been the case as much on this map, and the one time they did, oh wow. Okay, Spinx has the AWP right now.
Might have the spawn. We have seen him take mid spawns if he has it. See where he does go. Okay, he didn't even have the spawn. But he is going mid.
Now looks like they just want him in this position. Could be a good call, but he misses the mark. That AWP comes out and does nothing.
That hurts. That hurts a lot. So much investment. Your first AWP in the hands of Spinx. Maybe an opportunity to get something back here. The swing through the spray connects onto one. Minio brought down low, as has been K. So recovery for Vitality. Potentially that AWP can be recovered as well.
Huge damage output from Magisk on the spray. Not only the kill, but 2 players taken down to critically low health on the Nine side. And nade will do a bit in reply. A clean 4v4. Doesn't necessarily favor Vitality, though. Lack of information here could be costly. Don't have anything towards ramp. Is this Apex ZywOo combo again? ZywOo can't get into his favored position.
See, they're intentionally trying to force him out of it. Potentially potentially a setup here as he juggles back utility to Apex. Minio's just locked in on this angle. That boost comes up from Apex. He's in trouble. Oh, Minio with the flashback finds him. The Molotov forces Apex out, and now it's got to be ZywOo again. Minio misses his opportunity. ZywOo swings out 2 massive frags. Kylar the only one remaining, and ZywOo takes him down.
That's more like it. See a bit of that killer instinct from ZywOo in this round. Apex flashed him into short. Didn't have any more nades left, so he got mollied out of position. But it's so important that Magisk arrives from that mid-rotate. He just takes enough attention that ZywOo catches this player off guard. He was looking the wrong way, and then ZywOo runs in for the final kill.
It's basically just Magisk and ZywOo show at the moment. They're the two that are really putting out the numbers and keeping Vitality fighting here. Oh, aggression in mid, and it works out. Spinx finds Goofy, a big one. Flash is going to force ZywOo back, and well, maybe going to slow down Vital9 here as they continue to push up. Minio just wants to take the fight, running on through, but he's been spotted out. Wins out the fight against ZywOo and able to fall back.
Yeah, look how composed that is from Minio. Realizes he's out in no man's land. He has to get back to safety, but look at the re-aggression. This is unexpected. No one's watching this. It's free for Spinx on 1. Magisk able to give his team the man advantage. And 9 decide they can't risk the bomb dropping on ramp. They've got to go back and try and activate Kyler.
Yeah, they knew that 2 players were deep committed ramp, so there's an opening in mid here. Kyler's walked all the way through. He might just catch this player on the rotate. Doesn't quite spot him out, and he was spotted. dupree's able to readjust. That timing's so unfortunate for Kyler. Leaves it now on to K. 1v3, and now his position definitely no, but B is still the weaker side if he can get across to it. Looking to see if he can even the odds up first, but can't find a kill. dupree's fallen on back. The right play, getting out of dodge. He's taken down by the AWP.
All right, Vitality finally finding something here. Meant to be a pretty good map for Vitality. They've been outclassed on it up until this point. But this re-aggression on ramp was well-timed, finally catching 9 off guard in one of these rounds. Got them into the advantageous position. And that fight on B was key from dupreeh.
Yeah, I think a second faster on that flank from Kylar, or a second slower on the rotate from Apex into mid, and dupree's a dead man. You're in a 2v2 with the bomb down. And that's going to cause the first pause from 9. They haven't had to use one yet. But they've lost 2 in a row now, and they know that Vitality are building back into this.
Over on the B stream, Heroic Monty still going at it, and, well, Monty may have lost their map pick, but they are still putting up a very good fight over there in that series. Second map, also a close one. Heroic coming back on that CT side, though, and we know how strong that CT side of Overpass can be.
I think that's the first round Heroic have got in, what, at least 5, right? Because the Monte were on fire there. We saw the little flame icon. Oh, it's the run boost coming through. Kylar gets some air, but he is spotted out on his descent. At the very least, you get stairs control, even if it costs you a little bit of health.
Yeah, and Spinx thinks he has to reinforce this B side briefly, just in case there was a commitment behind it. In fact, Spinx goes up close. So he spotted dupreeh a bit further back.
I don't mind this, because as he flew around, right, he's not spotted anyone close there. That's the information you gain. And ZywOo has the AWP. This has been the missing piece, and well, it already fits into place. K is taken down. ZywOo is looking for more, peering on through, spots a player low. That flashbang is so good, though. Hades takes down a fully blinded ZywOo and puts it back on the 4v4.
ZywOo's been trying to get really active. Here's the B aggression, though, on both sides. Kyler gets 1 and a second. Flicked down onto Spinx, who thought he had the opportunity. It goes against him, and Magisk has it all to do.
Runs on over, drops the flames in time, so it does slow them down. And he feels like he needs to get involved in the fight. Hades is pinned on in the ankle, and they're to split up on the CT side. A missed shot from Hades presents an opportunity, and Magisk is taking it. Finds one more, that HE over the top. Might even, Hades just about survives. And look, Apex hasn't budged at all. Minio's making so much noise. Apex has this kill every day of the week. Should just need a peek around the boxes, and there it is. Finds it clean as you like it, now into the 2-on-2. This one being recovered by Vitality. Hades and Goofy with everything to do, and the denial utility already ready to be dispensed.
Incendiary will be so nice here with 14 seconds remaining. Goofy has to extinguish. And now Apex might try and move in and spam the bomb. They can't defend him, but they can get the bomb down. Goofy tries to back on up, but he gets spammed. It's Hades with the AWP. And that makes it difficult when they tap that bomb, but he's not panicking, he's not concerned. He's got to be scared of the flank though. Apex is moving around the backside and I don't think Hades can do anything about it. Beautiful read from Apex, some key kills from him.
That's a 2v4 that they win out without either of the CTs dying. I mean, look at the health. They barely took a scrap. That's just well played by the two experienced players here. Very well handled. The fact that, I mean, this is insane from Kylar. To get that second kill, getting a kill from that position through the stairs is already next to impossible. It's so difficult to spam through the gap. And then to be able to adjust on the Spinx drop is nasty. And yet still, Vitality crawl their way back into that one.
Starting to see those signs of life from Vitality. Those tenured players coming through in late round scenarios. And I would love to put a stop to that. They still have AKs. And also got to say that AWP of ZywOo still in play. Not going aggressive onto ramp this time though. Apex moving in through short. Good headshot delivered, but a solid trade from Hades. I think Nine will be pretty damn happy with that.
Yeah,
I feel uncomfortable now.
Not really in a position to help out there. Apex just goes for the solo peek and at least he finds a kill before he drops. ZywOo is the only one here at the moment.
Scary.
He's getting so aggressive with the AWP. He has to come up good and he's done it. One kill comes on through, escapes. He's being peppered by flames and bullets, but barely a scathe on him. Makes his way through. Hades is up at the sandbags looking for a fight and he spots the player crossing. ZywOo though has just got this angle pinned on through, finds another as Hades jumps on around. Doesn't matter that he was the only one there. He's doing everything for his team. Kylar and Meneor now in the 2v4. Kylar has walked up and it's a good position. A missed shot from ZywOo keeps the fight here for the tease, and that's a nice shot from Kylar. ZywOo removed. A flashbang from Meneor over the top to set up Kylar for more. But look at the flank coming through. Spinx has found another. It's all now on to Kylar, and there's just simply too many players. Spinx collecting both on that flank.
This has been a solid recovery now from Vitality. You pointed out the 2v4 previously, which was incredibly impressive. This round much more controlled because of ZywOo. And it should not have looked this easy for him, but he can make this happen.
I can't believe he's in such an advanced position in towards gap there. Gets the kill on that aggressive peek and gets away. The flames were thrown on over, but they just weren't in a position to trade him quickly. Gets around that corner, stays fighting. And look what it's done for Nine in the final round of play. It is not pretty, but that's a pretty nice way to open it up. K strikes with the Mac 10 and he's looking for more. A double with the SMG and he barely takes a tickle of damage in response. He's not going to slow down either, unless he's forcibly made to do so.
I mean, you saw Magis was ready for the smoke lineup, but can't hit the headshot. Apex wide swinging, though, was so ballsy. The Vitality could still fight in this round.
Meneor leaves his teammate out to dry there, doesn't go for the swing, but that's because he wants to set up for this flank. Knows that the real hit's coming on through and he can end everything here, but this position spotted out, the Mac 10. Not really what you want to be taking that fight with, but it does draw away some attention. So now they can start to pincer onto this A site. Bomb goes down. They're just looking for the head of Hades as he tries to peek on up out. Flashbang over is perfect. Hades not spotting anyone. The flame is good. And Magic starts to burn. Just about staying alive. The smoke has to come on through, but K has found another. Hades activates for one, and dupreeh is the only one remaining. 4 of these T's ready to hound him down. The clock is ticking. dupreeh needs to make a play. Steps on up, almost finds one. And the spam through actually finds another. But it's K that collects, and it's a 9-6 half for... Well, Vitality started to come back in towards the end, but the very last round goes the way of 9, giving them this 9-6 lead going into the second half.
Looking good for 9, but Vitality at least keep it competitive towards the end of that first half. I think it's been some really high-level Counter-Strike between these two teams. And now we've got to see if 9 can try to close out their map pick of Vertigo.
And this is where I get a little scared for Vitality, given their T-sides that we've seen so far in this map, but I'm sure plenty for them to reflect on from those opening games, and I'm sure they've come in prepared here to verse 9 for this legend spot. Group up in towards mid for 3 Vitality players. The fourth going to be joining them in Apex shortly. It's being jiggled at the moment by Kyler, who has a flashbang he can drop as he falls back. There's that Flames that goes in towards the elevator. Little cheeky one to allow this split to come on through. They're going to wrap onto the B bomb site. You can see immediately abandoning it is the 2 defenders, knowing that they want to take this fight on ZywOo, but ZywOo comes out ahead. And Goofy's now stuck. ZywOo still fighting and still winning those fights. The Glock doing everything. Doesn't matter what pistol is in his hands, he's finding kills, but Goofy eventually finds the trade.
Spinx surely gets that kill, indeed, delivers alongside dupreeh, and Vitality come through with the T-side pistol. And ZywOo definitely deserves a lot of credit there, just left by himself to hold on to the side, left by himself to hold against that aggression. It's 9 who don't even get to fight for the site. ZywOo ends up taking them out away from the bomb site, getting them off to a really good start, and they're able to convert from that position.
Yeah, it's such a cool execution, right? Because it's obviously the mid to B, but the fact that you know the CTs will be forced out, the immediate response from CTs in that situation, fall downstairs, and you have ZywOo there, and you say, ZywOo, go kill. And he does just that, getting 2 and denying 9 away back into that one. And, well, they're not going to have anything into this one either, just the USPs. Vitality going to be moving up as a pack onto A, as 9 move as a pack. Mostly a pack of 4. Into the waiting arms of the MAC-10.
Yeah, maybe, I was going to say maybe don't round the corner anymore when it's the MAC-10 on the other side, but Magisk won't mind.
Okay, just thinking some damage. Has to swap to the Glock, and that doesn't work out for him, but Spinx is there to collect the final 2. And it's just the MAC-10 that falls, so no harm done.
Really solid recovery here for Vitality. Felt like when 9 were winning rounds, when they went on that streak, they were just always able to find a way to get the edge. A lot of convincing round wins, and then a couple where they had to exceed expectations. But now Vitality really coming on strong, and they are going to keep one MAC-10 in the hands of Apex. Keep an eye on whether he's flying in first for the team in this one. Oftentimes likes to brawl around that ramp area.
We've seen that on both sides of the server, haven't we? Enjoys to get up in the faces, but this time around, it's just going to be the smokes deployed. ZywOo spams out a little bit. That's not where Vitality are interested in pressuring early. Spinx is going to be taking a look in mid, joined up by his teammate in dupreeh. In fact, it's once again looking like a bit of a mid presence being shown by Vitality. Often a rarity on these T sides, so we'll see how Goofy handles it.
Goofy switching between angles, Minio alongside him. Should be a nice setup for 9 to try and get some favorable trades and then quickly drop back.
9 have all the information. They've got a player looking down the stairs. They've got a player looking from top ramp. They know that mid is where the pressure is coming. 2 players can focus on this. Utility comes on over. Minio doesn't connect his shots. Goofy swings out and almost gets a double. Not quite though. Now K comes on over. Still has Minio by his side, and Vitality back off after that. But look what it's cost them. All of the space. Hades is so deep on ramp.
Big question where Vitality go here. If they go back to ramp, they could cause 9 uncomfortable scenarios if they clear out Hades, but that's not the case. They come back to mid, and Minio caught repositioning. K has to deliver, but a great trade from Magisk, and it's all on Kyler on this B side. They drop down towards him. Magisk with 2 big kills in through mid, and he got all the information, but it's not enough for his team to win the round.
Magisk has been absolutely phenomenal, hasn't he, in this matchup? He's going to go down here to Hades, but Hades can't even give this a look in. Needs to hold on to that M4 for the follow-up. The re-aggression into mid, it didn't look too comfortable for them because of that setup, but they'd already spotted the player in CT before, and he just repositions to the same spot. I think it was Minio that did that, and Well, that time around, they were just ready. They pre-aimed him. Doesn't get a chance.
So great to see Magisk having this sort of performance. We've been talking a lot about ZywOo, but he's got a different star ahead of him this time. ZywOo, I'm not going to call him a supportive cast member, but you know, Magisk definitely performing right now. That first trade was so quick, and then he drops down first and still somehow wins that fight.
It's such a tough fight, and it's so well handled to drop like that. As you're falling, you know, it's going to draw the crosshair down. You get the accuracy as you fall, and then you've got the player up on the actual gap to swing on through. Second timeout coming through for 9, as they've just lost the first 3 rounds of this half, and it's evened up the scoreboard. 9-9. That's a lot of 9s. Hope you guys like the number 9. It's a pretty nice one. Now they'll have, not really, a bit of a weird buy, right? Because you've saved over that M4. Your loss bonus is stacked up, but that one wasn't particularly comfortable, and bit of a decision to be made here. And, well, as close as can be over on the other stream, Heroic have found that point. It's been a very hard-fought battle for them to get there, and that is the Legends spot point as well. Qualification point, indeed, for Heroic.
Intense round over there on the other stream. Pretty intense game in this one too. We're tied up. It does feel like 9 is starting to show those signs of frustration though. I think they could do with something to get the mood back in a positive direction. This round would be amazing if they could win it. It's only a half buy for them. Vitality looking like they want to test the waters towards this B-bomb site.
This is the weakest defended with just pistols here, and Kyler, he's almost blown out of the server before he can do anything, and in fact, might just be, is going to be swung on, goes down, and now Minio is forced on back with the P250. Rotations are fast at the very least, and trying to do some damage through the smokes. K has gotten up into a power position with the FAMAS, almost gets double. ZywOo able to trade him out just about, and Spinx is on this late flank, so that's going to be absolutely deadly if he finds the timing, but Hades is ready for it, and this is starting to crumble. Magisk trying to bring this one back, and he does it with a huge double, making a third as well with the Glock.
Magisk really bloodthirsty right now. Small smile on the face after he brings through the round for the team. And elsewhere, Heroic have confirmed their victory, so they get their spot in Legends. Vitality looking to join them.
Yeah, first Legends of the Group B of the RMR confirmed in Heroic. I'm sure they'll be very happy to do that after finishing up in the grand finals of the last major. Weren't able to take that one, but I'm sure looking to do that here. One of these teams will be joining them.
This is where we need to see something from 9. It's Key who shows up early. But look at the response out in mid. Goofy caught in the open. Went for the reposition, but Kyler backs him up. Gets that trade back. And Apex, oh, it's so close. Pistol pulled out from Kyler. And Minio able to spam the smoke. So looking good for 9, but they have conceded the B-bomb site.
Yeah, Kyler's attention drawn, and that allows the opportunity to get on in. Hades on the pixel gap finds one. That's all on to ZywOo. AK in hands. 4 players about to be coming on his position and no idea where they're coming from. It's not going to be the flank though. It's out in the open. Tries to just take the first fight, knowing that he's at the disadvantage, but Minio has no difficulty taking him down, and 9 are going to even things up with their first round on the CT side.
Yeah, I think it's so important that they win that round there because they've been on a big streak against them recently. Maybe a little surprised not to see more of a reaction from 9 after a pretty convincing round win. That's Minio just spotting Apex at mid. They got that initial play in ramp. There you go, Hades is trying to get the team back on track in this one. But yeah, really important round from 9, showing that they can make that opening move work, and that in the other areas of the map, they're also going to be able to hold on. Still AKs for Vitality. We also have the AWP out for Hades on the 9 side.
Did Kyler spot anything there? I don't think so. He's going to flash himself in. And, oh yeah, he's a little little scared about overpeaking that. The HE does a little bit of damage, but it's a bit too deep. And now Kylar's about to be under pressure out in the open. Manages to drop on down. Smoke can be deployed, but he's under so much pressure. Goofy alleviates it. Spam coming on through. Doesn't quite connect, but ZywOo's does. He doesn't miss a shot, and he wants to take more. It's Apex up on close, swinging on through. Oversteps the boundaries. K takes him on down. The flames come on over. Not extinguished. That is so unfortunate. See, ZywOo just wanted to get the bomb down, and look at the fight that Nine are bringing. Minio comes on through, and with the advantage, they don't have to keep pressing the issue. ZywOo's trying to find something back. Wants to get the bomb down before that smoke dissipates.
Good position to plant the bomb. Keeps himself safe. Didn't have Spinks' support, so he had to get it down while the smokes are up, but he loses that first fight. And now Spinks, so much to do. A couple of players low, but he takes so much damage from the first one. I don't think he can pull this off now. Minio wraps around. Nine getting back into contention here.
Yeah, unfortunate for Spinks there. Two players who are very low HP, and he's taking the first fight with one, but just took a little bit too much damage in that engagement. If that had been clean, you can start to see a well where he might be able to clutch that one out, but just well handled from Nine. That initial aggression comes on through. Kylar's under so much pressure, drops the smoke, stays alive just long enough for the rotations to come on over, and Nine to suffocate the bomb site. They never allow Vitality to get comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. Apex's positioning and decision-making is oftentimes a topic of discussion. I think in that round, that swing is just so risky on the right side of gens like that. It's the one position the CTs are probably going to be watching. They didn't seem to have any nades to set him up. And once Nine start to get into a man advantage scenario, it's much more difficult for Vitality to get that bomb down.
It's one of those situations for Apex where you know a player was spotted there, you've just seen him just jiggling out, dropping that smoke. You know that also he took a bit of damage in that initial engagement. He just feels like he needs to get that kill to put it back into a better position, but the rotations were so fast from Nine because there wasn't any pressure anywhere else on the map. They knew that there really wasn't anything else coming through, so Nine take back the lead.
Back on track for now on their map pick. Run boost round.
Ooh.
Hades getting into position early, but no one peeking him.
That was a very cool run boost. He really rode the wave there, but unfortunately not given a kill. ZywOo crossed, and now ZywOo is considering creeping on up. He's just sitting at the moment. Drops the second one-way smoke to work with. That's given Hades something to peer over the top of. He's definitely curious about a fight here. Just can't see anything behind it. Fires off a shot, but they wide swing it. ZywOo not quite in the position to punish, though.
Oh, so close. If they're a little further forward, maybe Nine get caught on their retreat. Instead, they just give up this area of the map. So ramp taken. Oh, damage done there onto Minio. Kai's actually peeking into this. That's a dangerous fight to take. And now Vitality might have a chance to accelerate onto this bomb site. They've got one smoke down, but they need to deal with the Orb of Hades. Good shot on the first man. 35 seconds. I think Vitality might have to commit to this bomb site.
Goofy needs to clear on that flank through. He could go down here, and he does. An AK gifted over, and that's a pathway back through. They start to make the noise, but it's a fake out. Time has been such an issue for them in some of these rounds. They decide not to commit. It's going to cause one player to rotate back. But you still have Hades here with the AWP. Still got the support. In fact, they're all coming on back. So little time. They have to get this bomb down. Hades is peering on over. The bomb's coming through short. Hades strikes. They have to go for the plant. The spam comes on through. And he's been able to get the bomb down. And in fact, they're still fighting. ZywOo finds another. Puts it back into the 2 versus 2. And they fall on back.
Look at who it is. ZywOo and Magisk, the two big fraggers. Magisk gets the first and the follow-up. Vitality with a steal of a round on the A bomb site. And Magisk continues his fine form.
Magic Boy on fire. What a 1 versus 2. Felt like that one was going to get a little bit scary for them there when the time was getting out of hand. But they were just gifted so many kills here. Apex gets one for free. I think K just falls off the boost and decides to go for the peak. And then that flank through just not thoroughly cleared by Goofy, and he gets taken down by the Desert Eagle. That's the kill that gives Magisk that AK that allows him to get that 1v2 at the end as well.
Yeah, and we've seen Vitality previously struggle with playing the clock. Well, this time, playing the clock plays into their favor. They bait out that flank. They use that to their advantage. And you saw the response from Nine. They've got to accept that, listen, you're sometimes going to lose rounds like that at this level of play. The instant reaction was one of disappointment, but you have to instantly get your head back in the game. Let's see if they can do that here, because they are on their last legs in terms of their economy on the Nine side. They get the AWP out, but there's an MP9 in the mix.
Yeah, a bit of a swing round here. ZywOo, oh sorry, Megas is the only one with extra cash because that came down to the 1v2. No loss bonus, really, for Vitality. Apex, oh, peeks on through. Spots out a player, falls on back. Dangerous game being played here. Ooh, peek on up, doesn't quite spot anything. Kyler falls back as that smoke starts to fade. This aggressive mid setup not going to be peeked into yet. I like the idea from Nine, given that Vitality have gone for a lot of mid plays, particularly later into the round, but this time around nothing here, but it gives Goofy a lot of space to work with, and given there's no pressure anywhere else, it's absolutely fine for him to take this.
Oh, baby. Vitality are watching for that flank right now. What happens if there's action on ramp, though, at the right time? Key gets that first fight, slips back. Attention drawn towards ramp right now. Goofy's flanking out B, though. He's cleared it, so Nine can reinforce this A bomb site. And if Vitality want to come back, they've got to deal with Goofy.
Yeah, Goofy's fully cleared it, and so that is going to allow the rotation over now.
Oh boy, this is such
boost.
a big stack.
The boost at this stage is going to be so difficult to account for. Goes over the top, the clear is there, but not until Megas falls. ZywOo finds one. Chilty now coming on over. ZywOo another, takes down Hades as the smoke plumes. Kyler, though, steps up and delivers. It's ZywOo again, and it has to be all 5 for ZywOo to keep Vitality in this round. Fakes out the bomb, and they swing on him, and K is good.
That info play makes all the difference. It still gets close, it still gets scary, but it is Nine able to win out on those trades. They just had too many players on that bomb site. ZywOo still nearly able to pull through for his team as he fights ahead of that smoke, something unexpected. But those 2 kills from Kyler really help bring it back. And I think that's important for Nine. Getting that instant bounce back will be a great feeling for them, especially when you consider how important that round was. There's a hero AK, but nothing else for Vitality.
Yes, the situation they find themselves. Hades strikes first with the AWP. Fast as you like it on that peak. At least it was just one of the pistols removed. K has a good angle here. If Megas oversteps, but no. K is deleted. Hades misses a shot. This hero AK is being just that, but only for a moment. Hades is able to get it back, and he can even protect it. Trying to force their way through, and he misses the follow-up shots. They do get away with the rifle. That one's given over to ZywOo, and that is exactly the man you want with it. Minio is here, and between him and Goofy, they deal with anything that Vitality wanted to do. A single kill back with the P250. Spinx might be able to recover this rifle, but it'll be quite the round to pull off.
Not even the Kevlar on Spinx. He can try and reset. But there is a player locking him in from behind. I think that player's pushed through mid, all the way into spawn. Oh, it's not the best angle for the MP9. Now he's been spotted. Damage done onto Kyler. Spinx opens up a pathway to the B-bomb site.
Yeah, but he's put a player there. You know B, it's definitely open. Knife out almost the whole way. Swaps at the very end. Goofy has rotated. And Spinx has now been spotted and dealt with. All 3 CTs holding this angle. What a swing for him. And yep, Hades locks it in.
9. Back to winning ways here. Just the 1 round in the mix from Magisk. Clutching with the AK. But it's been 4 out of the last 5 rounds now for 9. Apex a little frustrated. I think he ended up dropping the nade forward awkwardly. Kind of just gave away the peak that was about to happen. And some more hype on the 9 side.
Ooh, this isn't good either. That investment they put into the last has really messed them up here.
Yeah, Vitality with some weaknesses in their buy. Maybe send the AK in first here, try and open things up. The Dupree takes damage. I think someone else will be eyeing up that AK now.
Yeah, pass that one over. Megas on 27 kills. I think he'd like his hands on that rifle.
Ooh, big B execute coming in, and there's no one on the site right now.
Breeze gonna be coming on first. Kyler flash on off, can't quite fight it. Now he swings on through. Spots a couple of players. Apex trying to come on through, and both of them are dealt with. ZywOo gets one back with the Galil. Goofy in mid, they're up on high, drops both. All now onto ZywOo, and he doesn't even get a chance. It's 14 for 9.
Nine have taken over here. You can see smiles on their faces because they know how close they are to this first map. Vitality's money in a real problem position for them now. A boosted angle getting work done on mid, and even though they get into this B site, ZywOo trying whatever he can. These players at mid just get completely destroyed. Strong reaction from Nine because they know how close they are now, but there is still an AK for ZywOo.
These buys, it feels like they haven't had a proper gun round in like 3 rounds.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, even here, Apex has gone down to 800, I guess, to get that AK.
Well, they better deliver, and well, if there was a man they wanted to deliver, it is ZywOo. This angle's so difficult to clear with the Desert Eagle, although he's made noise as he drops. There are 2 players here. ZywOo ready for it. Goofy goes down. Minio doesn't want to face that AK. He's at least gonna drop the incendiary so they can't swoop in and pick that one up. Kylar on a nice off angle over here. Difficult to clear with the pistol. Gonna fire off a couple of shots as he spots them out. HE deployed. Actually does a good chunk of damage there. ZywOo getting boosted on over. The man that has to do it all.
Vitality wouldn't mind getting that rifle that's on the floor. And so ZywOo gets boosted up to clear out mid. Hades has established an angle on ramp, so a real big reinforcement into this B site. A heavy stack here, and they take initiative onto stairs. They're going to push into position. Vitality may have mid, but this fight is everything. And Kyler with a snappy shot. Vitality could get to A here, though. They've got the smoke in. They'll try and overwhelm Hades.
Yeah, this is where the opening is. Hades with the AWP, but okay, never mind. Minio and K chime in for a kill apiece, and Spinks no longer in a position to comfortably do anything. K takes him down, and it's map point secured for 9.
Even when it looks like Vitality might have found the opening, found a way into the round, 9 instantly respond with a rotation, get into position. They have been fantastic on their map pick here at Vertigo.
Oh,
That's
snappy.
so nice. Yeah, and that's Minio. He just emerges up through the smoke.
Every rifler on this team is popping off, and then you got Hades, who's also having a quietly fantastic game. Whereas it's very top-heavy for Vitality. The ZywOo made a show, and we'll see how that show is going to end, at least this episode. Fight over towards ramp, a lot of utility both ways. Apex, he's trying to get up close, pushing in towards the gap. K peeks on over, spots nothing yet, and look at the space from Apex.
No one watching this right now. I mean, the AWP is, but he's going to get so far up. Oh, Apex dealt with, but ZywOo gets the kill elsewhere.
I think maybe that's the opportunity, but they were always accounting for the fact, but at least ZywOo found that one back. K's desperately looking for something over the top of this smoke. This is going to be messy, and he spots out the dome of Dupree. Takes it off. A 3v4 now for Vitality to stay in this map. Magus finds an opener. Kylar goes down, and that's the B site open for business.
It's that 1-2 punch again. Magus and ZywOo who open up the round for Vitality. Still utility here for 9, though. Maybe a molly onto the site to try to deny. It's not here in time, though. Flash in instead. Magus goes forward, but he goes down. It's all on ZywOo to keep his team in this map. They snuck onto the site. He's got the first. ZywOo can't adjust. 9 take their map pick here against Vitality. They are playing with the big boys and beating them.
One step from Legends from 9. They take the opening map of this best of 3, and they can almost taste
Vitality when they got a couple of their stars popping off, that's great. But I mean, just the difference in how top heavy the scoreboard is for Vitality, I mean, that's something that they'll want to improve on going forwards.
Yeah, that's the big issue here, right? We see ZywOo and Magus, the top fraggers in the server, both of them actually the highest 2 fraggers, but it's just not the same from the rest of the team. Spinks had some moments, but it really felt like it was a 2-man show, whereas everyone on 9 really did step up at different times, and I think that was the key difference here.
Definitely saw a big step up and really a team performance from 9. I think you could see the chemistry on display here. Obviously their map pick, so they were very comfortable on this one. Yeah, for Vitality, I mean, normally when Magisk has this sort of game, it's the thing that pushes Vitality over the edge. He's normally that sort of middle-of-the-pack player. But for him to have this sort of performance and not able to get this win, it is a shame for them. But we were saying this is a series where there's a lot of comfortable maps for both teams. Vitality should still have a chance in the rest of the BO3, but the main thing for me is seeing that 9 are going to bring it to these top teams in the best of 3s as well.
Yeah, it's going to get you excited for this team, right, and what they've been delivering. They've already taken down two massive kills, two massive teams in those best of 1s, and looking to do the same to Vitality here. And yeah, I mean, this is a great highlight package from Magisk, but it was just him. Really, ZywOo was up there behind him, but it was just those two.
Yeah, definitely something that Vitality will be hoping to improve upon. I think for Apex specifically, quite a few rounds where he was getting caught out of position. Maybe because he's, not quite as comfortable on this map perhaps, but we have seen Vitality play it. I'm hoping for their sake their pick looks better because we have got that Anubis coming up. It is an interesting pick coming in from them because they haven't played it too much, but they obviously had that nice win against FaZe on it. Again, Hades on that also just delivering consistently.
Yeah, I think the thing looking ahead to Anubis is going to be Hades, right? He's been so good on the AWP here, 4-9 on both sides of the server, and I feel like when we look at Anubis, that's a map where the AWP can have way more impact than it can on Vertigo, and yes, that does apply to ZywOo as well, but even back at EPL in that game versus FaZe, ZywOo wasn't particularly comfortable on the CT side AWPing. He even mentioned it wasn't one of his things that he enjoyed doing. The rotations are difficult, and that's something where you could see the AWP of Hades punish.
Yeah, weirdly enough, it was the T side where ZywOo started delivering. And, listen, Anubis seems to be a map right now where you can have huge T sides. So it does make some sense. I still think ZywOo is really good on that T side, getting into those post plants. But yeah, the question will be for Vitality, how many CT rounds do they need? How many will they get? And can we see a more consistent output from some of the rest of the team here?
Yeah, because I will say their CT side looked a little bit shaky there on Vertigo, particularly in, the first 8 or 9 rounds. It was just one-way traffic for 9, right? And I think the big issue there for me was the B side. dupreeh felt like he was getting punished again and again there, and that can't be the case when it goes to Anubis.
Yeah, well, I think for the other side of thing, for 9, we really saw everyone show up that we wanted to see here, and K doing it again, man. These guys have really, really good aim. They're showing it. They're showing basically all that we want to see from them. Kyla had a couple of crispy moments as well. And Apex, bit of reflection going on there.
Even Minio got in the mix, right? Not normally the guy you see at the top of the scoreboard having a lot of impact for them, but he definitely had his moments. But yeah, K, a fantastic map from him. And when him, Hades, and Kyla are all popping off, this team becomes one of the deadliest. And they are...
Position, we've seen it here. They've already taken a couple down, and they could be in position to take down Vitality. It is Vitality's pick of Anubis, but it's an interesting choice from Vitality, right, coming into this. I feel like a lot of the top teams don't like to pick the newest map when it comes out, but Vitality are happy to lean into it.
Yeah, we're willing to play it back in Pro League, obviously. Got 2 wins under their belt. Looking at this performance as well, they were good teams. OG and FaZe, they took down on the way here, so at Pro League just a while ago. So we're looking at Vitality at least on a comfortable map. I have a feeling that they're going to be able to bounce back here, Lucy.
Yeah, this is the head-to-head I'm looking to for this particular map. I mean, the whole series, but this map in particular, because Anubis has shown that AWPers can have so much prowess on both sides. So Hades versus ZywOo. Normally you're favoring ZywOo in that one, and well, he did perform very well in that opening match, but Hades, I feel like he could be the difference maker.
Yeah, definitely could be in this one. We will see. And for Vitality, we were saying earlier that win against FaZe at Pro League was that crazy comeback. They had to come back on that T side, just basically coming through with every T round in that. So that puts the question, what's their CT side going to look like? And what did 9 choose to start on here?
Well, coming into starting this, you would probably like to start on the T side.
I would
given
think
the
so.
fact
Yeah,
that it is
right.
a T-sided affair. You want to see what Vitality CT side is all about.
It's definitely shown that it's the weaker of the two from what we've seen, and with such little tape on Vitality, maybe that's the reason they brought it through here. They've had a lot to reflect on since that Pro League performance, and, well, still smiles on the dials of the Vitality players, so we'll see what they have to show as they jump into the server.
Yeah, excited.
Maybe a few players to step up a little bit more here. Obviously, we're looking at dupreeh and Apex coming into this. These two players are under a lot of scrutiny. from the community as a whole. But you know, coming onto this map, the main player I'm actually looking for isn't even ZywOo. I want to look towards the player Spinx, who, when we've seen throughout this competition so far at the RMRs, Spinx and ZywOo, when they're both together, that's the deadly combo that gets them some big wins.
Certainly, yeah, and I'm excited to see what sort of response we get from Vitality as a team here. Listen, it was their opponent's pick. They don't have to feel too bad about losing that one, but we definitely do want to see more comfort from the rest of the players on this team. And the fact that you have Mega stepping up like that, and Spinx wasn't in a position where he could, you know, have massive impact himself. There weren't too many rounds where he was getting the crazy impact we want to see from him. Wow, that hopefully means if he does step up here, we'll get to see a much better face from Vitality.
I thought you were about to comment on the amount of notes from 9, but actually it's in Polish, so that's probably about 4 words. We're moving on to Vitality's map pick. Anubis coming up. Time to see what they can show us coming into this matchup. A 2-0 record. Haven't played a lot of it, but what they have shown us is certainly positive. It's time to see Vitality's vitality as they head through into map 2.
Legend spot on the line. One of these two teams will lock themselves that in at the Paris Major. 9, one map away from doing it. For Vitality, it will require the reverse sweep, and it starts here on Anubis, moving out quickly over towards the B-bomb site. A-bomb site. Classic.
Well, they did start on the CT side here, Alex. That's the decision for 9.
Listen, Vitality getting that T-side start. They want to get off to a good one here. Moving into this A-bomb site. CT's happy to dip back and concede the bomb plant.
Major's got on top, just one for him. Kyler swings out to the left, and it is the 1-for-1 trade right away. dupree's in a really strong position. If Apex can just pull the distraction away, they can buy a lot of time here as Spinx cuts off the rest of the supply chain. They're trying to get through A main, and they realize we can just negate Spinx. We don't have to worry about the Rugs player. So Vitality, they hold the position at Heaven. Goofy's around the back side, and Spinx is also being caught. A 2 versus 2, and strong post plants here for Vitality. They've got a lot of cover, but they're wrapping them from 2 sides, and dupreeh is fighting out of it. Apex running away, knowing the time is so low. Goofy does not have the kit on his back. He can't win this round, and Vitality will have the first.
Yeah, K was trying to run away because he had the kit and he knew he had to survive, and he just gets hunted down. So even though they find those kills on the bomb side and Apex is the only one remaining, that kit is just so far removed they can't collect it.
I love that positioning that Vitality get, just pushing up. They realize that big flank was coming in against them, so they just get to push up into cover themselves. They cleared out that one side, and even though Spinx gets flushed out on the flank,
I love you, Emil.
wow, okay.
Vitality bringing the hype to this one because they absolutely know, you know, one map down, you want to try and get through this stage without having to go into the best of 3 downward spiral that we see in the likes of FaZe Clan Fall Foul 2. Vitality know from experience seeing that happen.
I mean, Apex was just having a little laugh to himself while his teammates were hyping them up.
That is Apex.
That's what Apex does, so.
UMP out, here we go, dupreeh.
All right, well, he can collect a lot of kills here. Only 2 actually go his way. Deagle connects, but this round looking pretty good. The SMGs looking to get maybe a little bit of extra cash here at the end. They want to go hunting. Already a great start to the T side for Vitality. But this one, well, it was just these pistols. The only danger was Goofy. He's got 5 HP with this Deagle.
Yeah, and against FaZe, the last time Vitality played this map, I feel like their A takes were really the bread and butter of their T side. They had a lot of rounds where they were able to run over that A site. I would say much more than a lot of other teams do on this map. So definitely worth keeping an eye out for. I will also say ZywOo loves getting up into that pillar position. I think it's so powerful for the AWPer once you get there. It's really hard to get him out of that position, especially for the T side post plant.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of positions like the new box on Inferno or even Pillar on Overpass, just the way you can peek from different angles, pick your fights.
And that's what you notice about ZywOo is I feel like he always tries to pick the position he thinks is most favorable. Like we saw it on Vertigo, the amount of times he goes into construction around that same position. He loves to just pick his favorite spots and try and master them. Hades has actually got this AWP out early on the CT side. This is a very early AWP. I want to see if Vitality are expecting that here.
Yeah, it's a naked AWP. Nothing behind it.
Has to be.
Yep. As the day he came, maybe he can still do a bit of damage with it. Again, pressure over onto A early. That's going to be the modus operandi for Vitality here. That smoke, very annoying. Kind of feels like he has to try and get up and close and misses the jump, so now he's a little bit more wary of it too.
See if Nine decide to take any initiative elsewhere. That CT aggression, not always a great option.
It's crazy how open mid is at the moment. I guess they got the player on A that's kind of holding it. But it's very open if Vitality wanted to go there, but that's not their plan. It is going to be the B bomb site.
Yeah, strong setup here for 9. See that AWP possibly be called into action. K forced forward by the fire. And Goofy now making an advanced play towards B main, and that aggression will not work. Hades now under a lot of pressure, hoping the warmth of the Egyptian shores keeps this naked AWP in a strong position. It's one on towards ZywOo, going for the no-scope at the pillar, but eventually overrun by the UMP.
Minio's going to come on through. dupreeh with the AWP strikes. Kyla gets one out from Dark, but now his position is known. Charging on through, looking for the fight into dupreeh, but Spinks was tucked in behind the pillar. So the guns come out, and they don't get enough done.
Yeah, solid util, getting that molly in, gets them the initial kill. And then you see Nine try and take just a bit of initiative over towards B long. But that ends up going against them. That was that initial 1-for-1 trade, but this is the fight that really starts to open up the bomb site.
I can't believe that K gets a kill there. That Molotov was meant to flush him out. You expect them to be holding for it, but they're just not ready for him to get pushed out by the piece of utility they threw to push him out.
Nice information. And a good start for Vitality. 9 with pistols, which have already been dealt with comfortably on this B-bomb site.
Yeah, we know their T side's good. We do know that, and this is a very good start to that T side.
How many do you think they need? Like 14? That's what they need against FaZe.
That's the bar they've set, isn't it?
15
And that was for overtime.
realistically.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did a lot of work after that. I think that was probably a great learning experience to maybe say, okay, maybe we need to work a little bit more on the CT side.
Yeah, great learning experience, just getting destroyed on your CT side. No, yeah, definitely something they would have looked into. Does help you when you notice what goes wrong in game scenarios. It's always different to how it goes in practice. See, that's the difference between the pro players and me, Dinko. If I lose a game where I get like no CT rounds, I don't think of it that way.
Yeah,
It's not your fault, is it?
Exactly.
It's always one of the others. Usually it's green.
Wait, I'm green.
Well, let's not read into that.
Wow, what did 9 do here? The issue on the CT side is, I think we're seeing some teams go for a bit more CT aggression, but it is still quite tricky. It seems like teams are struggling to find ways to activate. So it's not like you can easily switch up the way you play on the CT side of this map right now. We'll see if 9 decide to go for anything different, or if they just stick with their standard setup.
The common things you might see is aggression out through A main, or even forcing out B. Mid is also a potential aggression point, and well, K does show you why. Gets one and even escapes dropping down. Well handled, knows that he can't retreat because of the spam, so he gets away.
A rare opening kill from 9 so far. It doesn't get traded immediately as well, so they can actually play with that advantage. We'll see how Vitality shape up. Now they're down a player. The reaction is to get ZywOo up onto the boost.
Yeah, it's a classic, especially when you know a CT has dropped down there, out of the window. You figure maybe someone else will try and come back to mid. Maybe they'll try and move into an advanced angle. But Minio happy to sit back this time.
I like that you're low HP player. You just send him over to Obelisk to jump peek over towards B main. Position where he can still be useful with the low HP, but Hades, he's the one that's going to have to step up now.
This position always gets mollied though.
We'll see what Hades can get away with. Will Vitality give him any comfort here? So far, they're sending ZywOo out to fight him. They send their biggest gun, and Hades strikes for 2. He stays up on the spot too. Yes, finally mollied off, but he's got his teammates with him, and Hades has selected another angle. This is a masterclass from the pillar. Finally, Spinks has had enough, but there's many more players to collect here for the Israeli man. And unfortunately, he will get no further than the archway.
Yeah, it did get mollied. It just got mollied way too late. They go in dry initially. And I think that's Vitality being down in the 4v5, figuring we need to sneak in, we need to sneak up and just get an explosive play in this round. but when you walk into the AWP, it's just always going to go wrong for you. Hades showing exactly how good these top-tier AWPers are when they just get walked into. And unfortunately for Vitality, that means they can't sneak up as they wanted to.
Yeah, Vitality just had no info in that round either, so they just go for the straight-up dry peek, and well, there's even another extra 2 players there. Even if Hades hadn't got the multi, Nine was still in a good position.
Double stack on mid. The AWP hasn't been seen here in previous rounds.
Well, Hades blinded, forced away, but that'll pull them right into the rifle of Minio. Just the first for him. Vitality still can't go through mid comfortably, knowing the AWP was around here. They heard that shot ring out, and while ZywOo collects Kylar's life, Hades is just forced further and further back because of the utility, and that opens up a pathway into the A site. So they split on it, no one's here to defend, and this is a good round so far from Vitality.
Genuine consideration for a save here on the Nine side if they don't find something soon, but this fight is Key from Key. He's trying to come in, he hits the headshot, and now this is on.
Yeah, ZywOo holding for it though. Good reply. And now it's unlikely they could even find a pathway back in, so Nine call this one off. Vitality given a 5th. And good utility usage from Vitality, forcing Hades out of the round. He wanted to desperately get involved with that AWP. Dupree's on a bit of a hunt here.
Why not? You know, that AWP's still in play. You know, Hades was around here. If you can catch him out, that's a massive weapon to take out of the round. And, well, not going to be the case. Goofy is able to deny that hunt. Hades will survive. Yeah, nice from Vitality, showing a few different shades of their T side with the aggression in towards mid, netting success that time around. And it's so uncomfortable if you're the AWPer trying to hold mid, and it's why we often won't see the AWPer always be here, because it's so difficult with, once you don't have the aggressive control to hold both the doors angle and also the other side, you know, the bit.
Yeah,
Not the doors.
the bit that's not the doors.
The bit that's not the doors. That's the call they use.
The MM call-outs, man. What the hell, man?
Over there.
Diggity. That's always
Diggity.
Fall back.
Yeah, that's what I
Always
would
You
call
call
have
it.
the
Diggity.
superpower. You know, any position can be called diggity, right? Timeout taken for 9. Definitely a difficult puzzle to figure out how to put together here on the CT side. Anubis, not the easiest. People calling for some changes to the CT side, perhaps, and how it plays.
Yeah, so you're going to be interested into Nine picking the CT side, right? Because they had the choice about which side they wanted to go on their opponent's map pick.
Maybe they wanted to completely demoralize Vitality when they pulled the comeback. Maybe that's what it's all about. Next level mind games.
Maybe just get up to a good CT side and give Vitality little to work with.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. But they're setting up outside of the B site right now. Vitality, every single player here coming through B main. Flashes go through a simple call, and Goofy smokes out the right side. It's Key that finds the first, and Spinks with the swift reply. Nine are forced further and further back into the temple, and Vitality very comfortable here on the site.
Yeah, Apex finds K as well, and suddenly very difficult for Nine to even give this a look in. Hades is on a flank with the AWP. This actually might net him a kill in a moment because Apex is about to walk around this. Oh no, the
quick
timing
switch.
from Hades. Oh no, that is so unfortunate. Yikes, what can you do?
Well, that's rough because they're not getting that AWP back. They are not getting that back into their hands, so they're going to have to concede that AWP and just play with rifles in the next round, and they don't even have any leftover cash. Vitality increasing their lead now to 6-1 on the T side.
Yeah, a bit of a switch up. Committing into this B site early. Haven't really seen that so far from them. But the utility was so solid. Once Apex got that spray through the smoke onto the player down in water, that's really the moment you feel like the round is over and done with. It's so hard.
Oh
So
no.
hard, isn't it?
Oh dear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I feel him. I feel
I-
it. That is some serious slammage.
I would do the same. Look,
The mouse got
we've
some
all been
airtime.
there.
You know, my new tilt thing is to throw the mouse in the air when it's wireless now. It's
Oh,
kinda
that's
fun.
dangerous.
I catch it, you know.
Yeah, okay.
It's less damage.
Definitely mine.
ZywOo, what a shot! Goofy jumps up, just a pixel of his head appears, and ZywOo takes it right off.
Yeah, you think you just jump peeking for information, hitting your head up so that you drop down quickly. ZywOo too quick this time against what is a mishmash of weapons on the 9 side. I like how someone else then comes in and does the exact same jump peek. No fear.
Surely you can't hit it twice, right? It's like lightning.
Lightning does strike twice when it's Monacy.
That's true. Here, going to be jiggling mid, and he's going to be getting a bit of contact here. Doesn't actually dispense that incendiary immediately, but peeks on back, and well, ZywOo was ready for it. So, striking a second time. And now he's in the perfect position for a third as well, holding the angle as they push on out. Okay, he's the one that gets off the angle this time, but at least Spinx is there to collect.
Just Hades and K left alone. Hades actually picks up the M4A1S. 35 seconds. Vitality smoke out CT. Limited positions they can be playing. There's the fight for Hades. That's the best opportunity to get going here. ZywOo taken out. Hades still up and with the armor. There is a bit of a flank coming through though. dupreeh through the back of the temple. That might be the playmaker that makes this impossible. But K with the Deagle gets the double. And now flip right back. 14 seconds. Bomb down. Pressure now mounting for Vitality. And Mage just goes into his own fire. What a mess! What a mess of a round!
That is one of the worst rounds of Counter-Strike I've seen in some time, probably at the RMRs. What was that? They had the entire other side of the map open to them.
ZywOo gets 2 openers, right? Here we go, 1 and 2. So you're at a huge advantage here. Then they leave it pretty late. They commit in, they're letting dupreeh play the flank. And Apex tilted about that one, as you could
They go
probably
before
imagine.
the flank even activates.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Hades was loving that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a win that they didn't expect to get.
I mean, mate, when you see Megas die in his own molly, you're sitting there like, well then, we'll take it.
Well, thank you very much. That did happen. No other option for Magisk. Obviously had to go sprinting through it. Even at that point, it was a lost cause.
Oh man, well, Vitality can't be thinking about that anymore. They've got to focus on the future. Well, focus on the present, let's say. This round, a really important one. Money could be reset if they're not careful. Same goes for 9. Both teams have a bit of money in the bank, but pretty slow start here. And 9 do have a lot of players on this A side of the map. You get the feeling they might go aggressive at some point. That flash dissuades Kyler, but he will go in. That counter flash, so well timed.
Had to come eventually. They were committing so many players to this side of the map, needed to get something done, and well, Hades might have another opportunity. Potentially a highlight-worthy moment, but no, just the one, and they don't want to give him that moment. So they're going to back on off. 3 players now making their way over towards B. Dark is now back opened up. Goofy is spotting on through. The AWP on K, the secondary one that came into the server, is now holding through CT. There's plenty of utility here for Vitality, but time can be an issue again.
20 seconds. Got to get a move on in this one. Goofy playing a strong position towards the back of the bomb site, but he's been blinded. They're running him down, but they didn't clear the corner. Trade's coming in. It's getting uncomfortable for Vitality. They need to find that bomb, but it's not going to happen. 9 with some fantastic shots.
Yeah, another late round that goes the way of 9. Starting to piece together the CT side. The foundations have been laid, and that perfect start from Vitality is starting to become a little bit frustrating.
Quick note on this A play, it's the 3A stack, and it was not Hades who flashed his teammate in, it was the rifler from further back. So I think that's why Vitality peaked dry, because it's normal to just have 2 CTs there, and they didn't see Hades on the flash assist, so they figured the AWP's probably not here, and yet it was. And now Vitality, well, they're gonna have some issues here. They only have 2 AKs in this round.
Hades considering trying to remove one, but he's going to hear some players getting up close, so falls on back. No sense giving that one over. But yeah, it's just Spinx and Apex here. Not sure they're the two you want with the rifles, but I guess Spinx is actually having a pretty good game here. It's really him and dupreeh that have stepped up after a pretty quiet Vertigo. Kyle's just taking all this space for free. He's going to spot out the turret as ZywOo falls. But he was just stacking up his teammate. That nade almost doing a lot of damage. Kazorp doesn't get the opportunity to strike there, but does send off the warning shot that makes Apex fall on back.
Careful, Kyler. They might wrap around you if you're not careful here.
Such a cheeky angle.
Oh, sneaky beaky in the boat. He's gonna get away with his life as well. What a move from Kylot. Spinx come chasing down the stairs, does find Goofy at dark. Perhaps it is darkest before the dawn here in this round for Vitality. Apex has slipped his way through mid, but Hades is watching. If he crosses over a connector slowly, he should have been sentenced to death, but Hades is feeling generous today. No Underworld for Apex just yet. Spinks now left with only one option to save his AK-47.
Dark Goofy. Sounds ominous, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's very scary, in fact.
Don't take time to look at this area of the map too much. I'm not
The
gonna lie.
rugs. You like the wires you see here? Would you like to buy some lamps? Would you like to buy some rugs? Plenty of options.
Good price just for you, my friend.
I don't know if Spinks can afford it, man. He's not getting any money here.
Well, he could take one and flee. But he will just save on to what he's got.
Well, Vitality have money at least, but this is getting scary now. If your money is consistently reset on the T side, you don't get those rounds together. This is a T-sided map right now. And Zonic wants to have a word with his team. Seen a couple of rounds slip away from them. First time out taken.
Given what we've seen from their CT side, or rather, yeah, the CT side so far from Vitality, you know, you don't want to drop too many of these T rounds in the fashion that they have.
After such a perfect start as well, they were 6-1 up, but that one round that kind of slipped out of their grasp due to time and walking into that stack has now led to a series of rounds for the CT side as they build their way up into this. And it's not the prettiest for Vitality here either. Galil and a massive lack of utility, but at least they have those 4 AKs out.
Double up setup now for the CT side. Vitality grouping pretty heavily onto this B side of the map early. They went for an execute here before, and it worked pretty well for them. They might do it again.
Yeah, well, they smoked out mid and dark to try and fake out at least one rotation, but they're still holding strong on this B site. Goofy out from Pillar. Minio able to chime in. That's a good start here on the site for the Poles. They're keeping Vitality at bay. So this round really felt like it was based on speed. Upon breaking through into the site, ZywOo luckily gets one here for Vitality. If they went away in the 3 versus 5, it was very difficult to reset back into the round. But now to 3 versus 4 with all this time left and a decent amount of utility here on Mages, there might be a shot at pulling this one back for Vitality.
Yeah, the good news for them is that over on the other side of the map, there hasn't been any further aggression taken. It's just Hades holding that one down with the AWP. Rotation does come over, so they can play a 2-2 setup, and you can obviously still look after mid from that A bomb site. With the utility they have, it's just enough for the execution onto A. One smoke can come through into that glass connector, or even potentially over to Heaven, which indeed might be the play, but they also have the Molotov for that position, so it's just about enough. Still need to be perfect on their entries here.
Question of are they ready for the AWP?
Yeah, it's such a good position for him. They have 2 flashes available on Apex. He seems to be setting up the util here, so hoping those flashes connect on towards Hades. They haven't on the first attempt. And Hades connects on Mages. The flash did connect on Kylor and ZywOo. Well, he is the difference yet again here for Vitality. Pulls back the round entirely on his own. 3 kills, and he wants more. He has got Apex with him, his in-game leader, providing support, watching the flank at A main. This allows ZywOo to focus on the connector play. Okay, started to move forward. ZywOo feels better about using the cover of the site itself. And watching up towards Heaven. But 9, so tentative, not moving in. Finally begin to make their final steps towards the site, but the time is ticking and ZywOo is repositioned into a position of power. But Case chimes in, just Apex left, and the Predator strikes for 7.
Big transfer from Apex. You thought it was going to be ZywOo with the way he opened up the bomb site, that he eventually gets flushed out on the site itself. What a comeback into this round, though. This second shot so clean onto the AWP of Hades, who shows frustration. And then Apex comes in, cleans up the mess. Vitality finally back on track.
Yeah, ZywOo and Apex on the A site in the clutch. Name a more iconic duo. Nice closer for Apex. That one was a little bit scary for them, but they get back on track on this T side. Aggression now coming on out. That flashbang is good. The second one even better, but at least ZywOo is there for the trade.
Look how quick ZywOo's decision making is to just go for that trade immediately. Flash comes in, information, and all of that chaos. He knows the exact move he needs to make. And Kylor has no chance of escaping, and a nice shot from ZywOo, but he commits too wide. And the 2 players at Dark claim the kill.
That's great from 9 as well, though. Goofy specifically knowing that K has to fall back off that shot, and You know ZywOo's not expecting a reaggress because the Orps had to fall back, and now look at this. Speaking of reaggression, but Spinx has a really good angle here. It's not uncommon for the Lurker to be here. Goofy's going to walk on straight into the crosshair and swings out for the second as well. Spinx with 2. And that's now an opportunity to go on to this B bomb site.
9 up in the 4 versus 3. They decide to make more proactive plays. And they might have just gifted this opportunity over to Vitality. This B site wide open for the taking. They worked so hard to get up into that 4-on-3. Didn't feel like the moment that they needed to make a move, but they decide to do so, even though we've talked about how hard CT aggression can be on this map. And I don't know if they can go for this. They're hanging around, but this is a really hard retake.
Yeah, taking a look at the money situation here for the 9 side. They have to back away. They have to concede this one. Vitality, they've won the half by 1 round at least. This is the opener for ZywOo. Quick decision, flicks out to Kylar. And then this move wins the round. Spinx ready for the second. And the B aggression does not pay off for 9, perhaps sitting back, feeling a little starved for info or map control, and they decide to go on a hunt for some of that information together. Just unfortunately make a small error and allow Spinx to get 2 1v1 fights.
Yeah, it's a question of kind of overstepping the mark there, right? Because you can just leave the player and Goofy kind of just post up in the corner, don't have to keep pushing it, and then you've got this really nice position outside of B main there that can activate later on as the hit comes in. But they want to get the information, they want to push all the way through and try and end it there, and it doesn't quite work out their way. Second timeout now coming through for 9, so they have half the rounds of their opponent. Still a bit to work with into this round.
Yeah, maybe just wanting to talk about that aggression decision, because you really do need every round you can get on this CT side. When you get up in a 4v3 like that, it's a shame to lose it, but there's still opportunities for 9 in this half. Yeah, you're definitely right about ZywOo. His biggest strength is probably how quick his brain works in terms of making those decisions instantaneously. Always seems to have the right read at the right time, straight away able to react.
Yeah, and I think that that's the difference that makes the elite players, right? How they have a different decision tree and how quick that activates in their mind.
Yeah, it's almost intuition, it feels at times, with ZywOo.
Absolutely. An absolute phenom. Apex. Pressuring middle. Not a good control here for Vitality. They really shouldn't run into too much resistance in this kind of round.
A seagull is obnoxiously loud. I always think it's like one in the studio. That's just the audio quality here.
Mid retaken with the AWP. There's a chance they don't expect this, considering they peeked it earlier.
Going for info as well. The pistol getting up close, and K's about to get a nasty surprise. Debris peeks on through. Hades, though, takes that opportunity to strike. At least gets one back, but now they know where that AWP is. Minio, he's pushed through behind. Oh, but the pistol from Kylar! A massive double, and the flank is still coming on through. Just ZywOo and just Magisk. Well, this is the 2 that were so dangerous on Vertigo. But look at the flank, and look, ZywOo has fallen to a pistol as well. Magisk with everything to do and nothing to do it with.
Wow, another ridiculous round going the way of 9. Vitality have let too many of these slip now. And this is giving 9 a very good fighting chance on Anubis. Hades goes through the fire, not fearing it, realizes the risk is needed in this round. And then they just go barreling into the site. They're not ready for the close position. The 5-7 dishes out 2. And then the flanking Minio comes through to close it.
Kylar's aim is incredible. We're seeing how snappy he is. He's got that almost Twists-esque style. So many headshots this guy delivers. Great to see Kylar stepping up in that fashion, overperforming with the pistol, and now look at Vitality. They could struggle to close out this half. They've only got 2 AKs. This could end up being a really strong CT side from 9.
Have to see if they can recover this one. 2 AKs on the board. Just the Tech 9s around them.
B site stacked again for 9.
And that's why Vitality are going through. They're going to go for a split. 2 through dark, 3 out through main.
Through the dark play they go, and Goofy stops both of them. ZywOo may just get nowhere close to the site. That's the bomb dropped in dark, and Vitality not committing through B main. They have got dupreeh down in the canal. He's at the entrance of Dark now. That smoke will start to fade away. His mission is mission impossible right now to get that bomb back. Kyler has even taken this A control back. What a world the Vitality are living in right now. Very uncomfortable.
This double dark setup is just so hard to break as well. Smoke gonna fade in a moment, and that might give some sort of opportunity. They've still got these 2 AKs, but God, yeah, they can't go for it. They're saving, and Kylar's gonna end everything. Oh, maybe not. dupreeh on a swivel. At least denies that so they can hold on to these.
Nice shot. That's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, Vitality cancel it out as soon as they lose the bomb. There's no point in committing into the site. You're just gonna go down, so they decide to slow it right down. dupreeh doesn't see the opportunity to get the bomb back. The best Vitality can get in this first half is 9 rounds. And that doesn't even look likely.
Yeah, and that doesn't feel like a good T side for them, considering what we've seen on this map as of late. And this veto, it's interesting from Vitality. The other option they maybe had was Mirage, but I honestly don't think that would have been a great pick for them either. It's not normally a map they always love to lean into. It feels like this map pool for 9 is pretty damn good in this series against Vitality. You can see here rifles aplenty for 9. Couple missing on the Vitality side into the last round of the half. Sitting outside B again.
It's the same play again, see if they can find success this time. Goofy was such a menace in Dark with that double last time around. They don't test him early. dupreeh waiting for something in mid that's not quite coming. 9 are happy to play this one passive. More utility being dispensed to Dark. It's very clear that this is Vitality's goal, and Minio, he's getting curious. Starts to push on through. This flank could come at the perfect time. It's as they're coming to execute. K about to be tested.
Minio starts to strike in the flank. I thought dupreeh was watching it, but he just looks away. And Minio has them all lined up on a silver platter. Oh, it's beautiful. 9 to close the half. And the strongest of fashions as Magisk fights back. The Tech-9 has a bit of a bite. But 9 wants to seize this opportunity. Now Magisk have found the AWP, diving down into the canal.
Looking good for 9 right now. Let's see if Vitality can step it up on that CT side. Let's see if they've got those improvements we were hoping to see. Is 9 on the T side of things, leaning over to this A side of the map where ZywOo awaits.
He's got the dual Berettas in a pistol round. See what he can do with those.
Always good for a 3K. We've seen it 3 times, twice now. Let's see if he gives it the 3rd time. ZywOo guarantee.
Right now, 9 taking a little bit of a slower approach, not running into the slaughter.
I mean, 9 used a lot of their utility there. They've only got a single smoke left now. So ZywOo putting up that smoke, that brick wall works out nicely.
Where's Minio going with this smoke? He's gone all the way back to T-spawn to throw it.
Vitality are about to push in towards this setup here. Goofy's waiting for the aggression. Vitality seem to be ready for it, but that doesn't matter. Goofy on the double. ZywOo may just get nothing done on that initial hold. And Kylar is just getting information. He knows there's players inside of this B site, but he's trapped them in there now because if they're in the A site, the bomb is going down, but the 3 remaining Vitality players might not get a safe pathway to even try and get back towards this A site.
Yeah, we found out where the smoke went. It went over towards the B side, and that just kept their attention there while the hit came through. Now Kylar in the back lines, looking to clean up a couple. Gets spotted, and now Vitality are kind of scrambling. I mean, their best hope is to keep these 2 sets of armor alive. Apex has nothing to lose, so he should try and at least keep his other teammates alive. That's a very convincing pistol from 9, and it's, I guess, kind of given to them, really.
Yeah, the aggression dealt with. Goofy landing some good shots. But the way Vitality go for the aggression means they line up, and 9 have those 2 separate angles, which makes it really hard for Vitality to deal with them. And now 9 with every opportunity to run away with this on their T side of Anubis. This is Goofy up close. You see, they just basically line up as they try and push together. It was a really nice setup from Nine. Have that player further back, take the initial contact. Makes it really easy for Goofy to swing out, take those 2 kills. And can Vitality find any response in this round? Because they've gone for the Force Buy. If they don't win this, they'll start to fall behind very early on their CT side.
dupreeh and Spinks kept over that armor, so they get the scouts out. And look at this exploratory mission. Apex is on a hunt with the MP9 now. Has to get past Goofy and he's spotted on out. So now this mission gets a little bit more deadly. He's under a lot of pressure. The flash comes through. He's just trying to get on back and just about makes it. Spinks providing some overwatch with the scout. Does get a tag on through. Can't quite connect the second. He's going to drop that smoke and fall back. Look at Minio though. He's walked all the way through mid with this MAC-10. He's about to be in the back lines, even though there's a good rotation here. Minio can unravel everything. 1 kill, and look what he's done.
Yeah, you can immediately see dupreeh starting to focus on him, and
Whoa.
Minio just jumps over the top. dupreeh can do nothing about that. And Vitality falling like flies to the hands of Nine. They push forward to that exact number of rounds.
That was a Goomba stomp from Minio there. That was a little funky.
Yeah. And it has put Vitality in a tough spot, that as well, because now their economy is just completely shrunk. It's in a shell.
Yeah, they went for the Force, did not pay off. They had the rotate, they had a stack towards the A site, but it just did not matter. Nine winning too many of the early duels, getting in from all different angles. Nine are about to come away with a really solid lead here. There is a stack in mid.
Wow, an 8 stack in mid. That's what's coming through. Kylar just running in, Minio with him. And that is brutal for Vitality to have to deal with. Nice and clean and quick. 10 rounds now for Nine. Double figures on Anubis as they get their T-side campaign underway, and it's looking very clean so far.
See if Vitality have anything fresh up their sleeve for the CT side of Anubis. AWP is out for ZywOo, even if it is without Kevlar. Other players able to get the rifles as you would expect. Strong start here for Nine. Let's see if they can keep it up themselves. Hades searching for an opening fight, and he catches ZywOo before he gets to the angle. A big AWP v AWP battle goes the way of Nine.
That's huge for Hades to pick up, and that's going to incentivize them to push onto this side. Spinks is under pressure, forced on back to dupreeh, brought down to 1 HP, just about living, and K spams Spinks down through the smoke. dupreeh, his days are numbered, into the jail. Kylar deals with him. They're just throwing their body straight at Nine, and it's not netting anything.
Yeah, straight away, Vitality in their first gun round of the second half have no option but to save. Nine just blister right through them. ZywOo gets caught in the AWP duel right away. dupreeh and Spinks continue to have a rough time. 11 rounds now as Nine push forward, closer and closer to qualifying themselves as legends at the Paris Major. What a run that would be. One to be remembered. The last CSGO Major, the only one of 2023. Nine could lock themselves in a legend spot.
So rare to see ZywOo caught out like that. I wonder if dupreeh playing close meant that ZywOo thought it was safe for him, thought that dupreeh was holding the angle or not. There's a couple of exit kills from Magisk. You can vote over on the last TV. I think, yeah, Nine right now do look too good.
Yeah, Magisk, is he going to keep his life? No, he's not. Last second steal away. Not a single player from Vitality gets into the next round.
Feels like Nine can do no wrong. Hades just had the best spawn to go for that peak. You can see how confident he was in taking it. And ZywOo, I mean, he had the right peak, but the timing just wasn't there for him, unfortunately. Yeah. What can you do?
Okay.
I love ZywOo, man. You know what, even when he's getting just immediately killed at the start of a gun round, he's just, oh, okay, that happened.
Hades so happy about that one.
Yeah, he brings the personality to this Nine team. I mean, if Vitality saved 2 guns, maybe there was a case to be made for a full Force, but they don't save anything. It has to be pistols. And it's starting to get a little desperate here for Vitality. This performance from Nine, I mean, again, I'm going to point out Kylar. I've just been incredibly impressed by his aim. The entire team delivering right now.
No weak points on the server for 9. That's been the huge difference here. Apex gets flashed on through. Doesn't spot anybody out. Back of that Meteor starts to creep on forward. M4 in his hands that he's recovered and in a good position to collect at least one. Kylar gets the follow-up. They make their way over towards the open A bomb site. Dupree's going to come on through and not spotting out anything. Deagle spam does not connect.
Rough for Vitality, but 9 will not complain. Smoking out ZywOo. He'll rattle his little CZ through the smoke, but no one's going to push into that smoke anymore after that.
If ZywOo used the CZ, I think that justifies anyone being able to use it.
True.
Although we did see that Kylar double with the 5-7, so
I think
don't
the
know.
5-7 is just so good right now. It's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
ZywOo's using it.
yeah, but ZywOo.
That's true. I'm not ZywOo, and that's maybe I shouldn't use it.
No, maybe don't try that at home. Goofy. Apply some pressure. They're just trying to go for this into the site. Cause some damage. Pull some players closer to the bomb. Hoping they can force a few players to go down and for a few rebuys rather. There we go. Into the next round. And ZywOo switches out to the AK at the end. That's why you use the noisy cricket.
Yeah, gets himself an AK, pass it over to teammate. He's got enough for the AWP as well. And this one's going to be a big one for Vitality, and they know it, using their second timeout.
And I think one of the issues on the CT side of this map for Vitality will be it's not like you can get your star players really activated, and the T's can basically push any bomb site, and I would say it's pretty balanced right now where the T side decide to go. You will see A plays, you will see B plays, so you can't guarantee players like ZywOo will get involved in all of these rounds, and a couple of the Vitality players are really struggling here.
Yeah, they are. And speaking of struggling, if Vitality don't make it through, which is looking very unlikely that they make it through the Legend stage right here over 9, they'll have to go into the third place decider bracket if to challenge down another team that's down there. We're looking at teams like G2, Cloud9 still around there. And so there's definitely a lot of teams that could beat Vitality. And so you put them in the challenger stage of the major if they make it through. And you're looking at a Vitality who, I don't know, could definitely slip up in that challenger stage. If you want to see them in the playoffs, their best shot is starting in the Legends. And this is a great start to this round. Spinx and Apex open up with 2 against the buy of 9.
Yeah, I like a bit of CT aggression. Can be very difficult to pull off if executed poorly, but they are able to find 2 openers. One just comes from the spam, but the key one there was to fight outside of Dark, which can be difficult to go for, but Spinx delivers. 9 now, even though they are on fire, that might get quenched in this round as a 3v5. Tricky for them to pull off. The gap is mid, but it's only a very slight gap because ZywOo is close, and there's also Apex who's covering from the B side.
This has got to be a round for Vitality. No excuses up in the 5-on-3.
Apex will get the early warning system. Now as they have pushed deep into middle, they'll re-smoke out A connector and make it uncomfortable to go to A through that avenue. And 9 just starting to consider, what options do we have available right here? Not a whole lot. You can go through Temple and try and enter B, but there's still 2 players around that corner. Going to the A side's likely got quite a few members defending it, but they feel better about A because of the lack of time. And ZywOo's over here. Apex has got the perfect timing on the flank around the back, and luckily he has got that flank because ZywOo had fallen. And if they can move through as a pack and pressure Magisk, they probably could have got the site there. So Apex does a great job.
Yeah, heads up play to push through the smoke there, knowing that the pressure was about to be coming onto B and onto A, sorry, and that retake is so hard. Gets that opening as well, and yeah, just the right timing just to push through that smoke to find Goofy.
Solid activation from Apex. Vitality all working together when they realize it is that mid position that they have to be concerned about. Let's see if they can keep it up. They got those 2 clean openings in that one. Not the double stack on mid this time. It's a much more passive mid setup from Vitality. Instead, it's aggression over on A.
Lakers about to be under pressure here, but no, rises to the occasion. Goofy tries to flash himself in, and all he gets for his troubles is a bullet to the face.
Once again, Vitality have the player advantage at the start of the round. So, Apex is tight angle being held for info. Vitality feel like they want to get some space back, so they go aggressive on B. Kyler has spotted that, but there's nothing he can really do about it, and Vitality will be happy with the information they've collected from that maneuver and drop back into B.
Decent nade forces 9 away. And dupreeh decides he can get active. They've seen enough elsewhere. Him and Spinks go aggressive, but there's a chance 9 just double back to B.
That should be something they're considering, though. I think you got Apex kind of floating in mid, and oh dear, they're going to go clear over towards A just to check that that's empty. So it's a bit of a timing thing here for 9. This is going to be found empty.
B-side's empty.
Vitality
It is
have to
completely
start
empty.
moving.
ZywOo's coming back over to try and patch up the hole because now they start to realize it's the B play, and ZywOo, he peeks on out, aggressive through the temple, and they better pray they put him down quickly, and they will. The god of the underworld pulls him back through, and Spinks on the quick flank around the side has left just Minio with 18 seconds left. A hope and a dream, but dreams often don't come true. Apex puts him in the ground.
I mean, that's just ZywOo going off. I don't know what to say.
He has to in that position.
The fact he fights through the smoke. Oh, incredible. For 9, it looked like the window was wide open for them, but peeked before the smoke initially. They wanted to creep up into the site.
Also, the particular smokes they throw there, right? You'll often see the closer smoke throw between the obelisk, which completely kind of blocks off that angle, but they go for the temple and the CT smokes, which go a little bit deeper, and that actually allows ZywOo then to recommit for that second. So exploiting that opportunity, seeing which execute's coming on through to set himself up for 2.
Yeah, I think maybe they were trying to go pacey to clear out players that they thought were on the bomb site. But weirdly, if they'd have just slowed it down and waited for the smokes, ZywOo might not have been able to do anything. It would have to have been that retake setup, which could have been sketchy for Vitality. But ZywOo delivers when Vitality really needed him to. And 9 back down to pistols. Looks like Vitality have some fight left in them here.
Double AWP as well. dupreeh's got 1 out of his own. He's over towards site. Gets the first as well. K falls. Spinks in towards Dark. Sends 2 down below. He's even looking for a third. The USB comes out. And he gets all 4.
Well, Vitality found themselves here in the second half, drawing this all the way back now. Looking much more convincing on this CT side.
Rifle support so important there. dupreeh is that AWP on the bomb site. If he didn't have Spinks alongside him, if Spinks was traded quickly, that AWP could have gotten comfortable very quickly. Might have allowed a bomb plant and some guns snatched away, but Vitality handled it well, all thanks to Spinks, who has been delivering for them.
dupreeh also setting up with a nice flash there, so just a nice hold in general from the 2 of them.
It is AKs for the most part on the 9 side. Ooh, dangerous game for both of these players. Not too much damage done.
Alright, ZywOo's coming to reinforce with Magisk, and there's a boost going on over on the other side. So good defensive positions here from Vitality on both sides. Mid's kind of the open bit. You can see Minio has come through the smoke and a fade. Goofy looking for this fight again. Magisk looking to come out ahead once more. Can't quite make it the second, but does a lot of damage on Decay.
Minio, is he going to slip in here? Ooh, they must have spotted him.
They have to. Just seen a little bit because Apex has turned back, but he still loses the fight. ZywOo keeps the player count even. 43 seconds left. He's deciding where to take this bomb. ZywOo should be catching Minio here, and he will.
Bomb coming back to B, but they don't have the smokes here.
Oh, Spinks gets in the fire, doesn't have the timing to move through it. Has to just drop back with half of his health left. dupreeh hasn't seen anybody cross over. Good decision making here for 9 in a 2 versus 3.
2 AWPs right now on the retake.
Not going to make this easy for Vitality to get back in.
ZywOo's the only one with the kit as well, and where's he off to? He's getting himself an AK.
But Hades hears it. Hades knows, and he's taking ZywOo's life. Hades now focuses on the next victim. And it's Spinks that starts to move back in from CT spawn. This time Kyler makes the move, and 9 have done it. They've scared dupreeh off. He doesn't want to go for this. He can't afford to. Doesn't have the kit nor the utility. 9 find a way. Somehow they break through. They figure out how to get into that B site. And 13 rounds collected.
It's crazy. It's just that one molly that forces Spinks to not be able to fight. The bomb can come up through under into the site and get planted for free. And then Hades takes the risk in the post plant, decides to take initiative, and he just catches ZywOo completely off guard. So rare for ZywOo to get caught like this, but unexpected position from Hades. 2 kills is all 9 need. Plenty of money still for Vitality, but a big round there for 9.
HG over the top does a bit on the Hades, and he is looking for this fight in mid. The smoke protecting at the moment. Dupree finds Meteor, though. They're going to start to put pressure over towards A. It's just ZywOo here, but it is ZywOo. Drops the Molotov forward, a defensive smoke to play around, and they're trying to force the issue. And he's looking for the fight, but misses the shot. They're trying to overwhelm. Somehow he's still alive. Hits the no-scope, but traded on out. Omegas has now arrived, and he's getting up close, and Personal swings on out. A trade immediately, though, puts it into the 2-on-2.
ZywOo does his best to get away with something in that ridiculous position. But it's not enough to make Vitality feel comfortable. Oh, Dupree moves in, wins the fight versus Kylor and leaves Hades alone. Straight down, what a shot on Dupree! Now it's just Spinks. Hades wins the clutch! What a god!
Of death here on Anubis, making his mark. Hades, what a clutch. The 1v2, getting them onto 14. Incredible from the Polish Orpa.
I didn't think they'd move into him. I didn't think they'd give him the fight, but they do. Hades just has to sit back and relax as Dupree comes to him. The second player trapped in the open. They don't work together in the 2v1. And look at what it means to Hades. The war cry coming through as they find 14. The bomb was stuck on the A site. I don't know why Dupree's swinging.
Low HP, knows it's the AWP, right? Feels that he can take that fight, but he needed the support. He needed the follow-up play to swing from heaven, because that's the angle. That's where you can get an easy trade.
I mean, maybe they did want that info. Maybe they weren't sure if Hades was going to go for some sort of crazy wraparound. But it was so soon. And now for Vitality, you have to win this round. Money is bad if they lose this one. 3B early. Hades going for this pick again. Oh, and he catches the boost. They could pull the trigger on this, but they decide to slow it down. ZywOo's AWP is here.
But Hades has been rising to the level of this Titan. He's pushing Poland forward. He's waiting for the repeat, but ZywOo has changed up his position. He was on the boost for a while, but goes back to Temple instead. He's trying to shift 2 players to investigate towards A, and in the meantime, Hades has removed ZywOo. What a masterclass in the last 2 rounds from him. And now it is Magisk inside of the site. Does have help here. 2 players close by on the A site. Magisk misfires on the first. K will break through. Apex looks to adjust. Response from heaven, doesn't see anybody in the site.
Wait for Meteor to work. Going through mid. You can split onto the side here. Doesn't matter if Apex finds kill. You can trade out immediately. The defense so split at the moment. Apex realizes he wants to back on out, see if there's a flank coming through. Meanwhile, Dupree gets information out the front of B, but that has left this site open. Apex starts to come on back. Timing here could get him something brilliant. Looks to walk around the corner, but spots them both and can't find either.
Oh, Hades. He thought he was about to pull the trigger on that. I feel like anything he can do right now is going to work. But settles with just staying alive and focusing on the A connector rotation. Hades with another. Apex does not want anything to do with that. And he will back away. 9 move to 15. It is Major and the Legends point for 9.
Qualification round the corner, and they could do it without dropping a map here. They could 2-0 Vitality to do it, and Hades just keeps on delivering. Apex needs to save this rifle. They want something into the next. But Hades just gifted those fights. He goes over towards B. he doesn't really have to work for these. I mean, the first one, you can understand why they boost, but then ZywOo caught trying to get away, gets them into the advantageous position, and that final shot is all they need.
Patience from Hades there. He's tucked into that corner for so long, seeing if the repeat comes from the pillar. When nothing comes after a good amount of time and smoke starts to fade on side, he knows that one way is now dispensed and he can take a peek on through. Vitality's last timeout and last stand here as Nine look to make it to Legends.
The buy will have limitations. At least Apex saved the one rifle. That will help somewhat. But it is Nine who are really playing with their best strengths right now.
This is what the major circuit is all about, right? Completely open. It's the rawest form of Counter-Strike. You find teams like Nine who aren't part of these partner teams, who aren't in this bubble of Counter-Strike. They come out, they get one opportunity in the year, and they're showing that they deserve to be at the top.
They are bursting the bubble right here. Looking to take this spot over Vitality. Look what they're working with in this round. It's not pretty. Utility low, 2 Famouses in the mix. All that Vitality have to deny Nine taking this one immediately.
Forward stance from Magus. Mid control being taken by Nine. Apex playing further back. He will put that smoke down, so difficult for Nine to make further progress right now. Nine happy to run the clock down in this one.
Vitality's so afraid of taking the aggression. They don't want to give up that early advantage. You can see how tempered they're approaching this round. They know what's on the line. That's given Nine so much space to work with and no information for Vitality. They are going to be reinforcing this A side though. An extra player here, Apex playing mid from the site, and this hit is coming through to this side that is defended.
Magisk now moving forward. Will this opening work out for him? It is just one. 2 more players inside of the site. Apex only good for 1, but Nine have lost the bomb. ZywOo at the back of the south, found by Minio. 20 seconds left to get that bomb down. And it's Hades, their talisman, locking it in. Just one more kill. Spinx falls!